Closed captioning for The Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today we visit Gayton at his Caribbean restaurant, Tebow's, and I prepare a versatile jerk marinade. But first, we head to Boardman Park for the Youngstown Area Community Concert Band. They are not to be missed. Well, we really lucked out tonight. We have a gorgeous, beautiful summer evening, and we're here at Boardman Park to see the Youngstown Area Community Concert Band. This is the conductor, Joe Pellegrini, and you guys are going to be around, it's going to be 40 years now.
Next year will be our 40th year, yeah. And
have you been involved that long?
Not quite. The band started in 1983.
Yeah.
And there were two directors between that year and 1990. In 1990,
you took over.
I took over.
And I mean, this is really an interesting group of musicians. Nobody's getting paid. This is all volunteer.
Total volunteers. Most of them are people that just played in high school.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few people we call, quote, professionals, because they're music teachers. And
well, you were a music teacher,
yes,
weren't you?
Yeah, in Austintown for 34 years, yeah.
And have any of your students joined?
Yes, over the years,
so cool.
I've had a few of the students, and it's so nice that, you know, after they've graduated, they're adults,
yeah.
And it's a whole different relationship. It's kind of neat, but yeah, right now we've got some college kids that are like in their early 20s,
yeah,
all the way up. I'm not sure if we have any 80-year-olds, but we got some close, so everything in between.
How many are in the band?
It fluctuates, of course, because some people, you know, they're in and out and they can play and then they can't. In the neighborhood of 50 to 55.
That's a lot.
So yeah.
And how do you recruit? You know, where do you find the people?
It's mostly word of mouth. At concerts, I'll mention something about if you're interested, go on the website, and if you're interested in playing, contact us.
What do you need right now? Are you lacking any instruments? Like, is there anything you're on the prowl for?
Yeah, we could use instruments like bassoons, low woodwinds, bass clarinets, those instruments.
I have a tuba player down the street.
You
need a tuba?
We do not, yes, we do not turn any. We could have 20 clarinets and somebody wants to play, you're the 21st.
How many concerts do you do in the summertime? Because you guys are pretty active.
Yes. Before COVID kind of knocked us down quite a bit. Before that, in the neighborhood of 8 to 12, couple years we had maybe 14 during the summer, from May till usually the beginning of August.
I mean, that's a lot.
Occasionally we've had a September concert or an October concert, and occasionally we've had an April concert, but most of them are late May through the beginning of August.
And a lot of them are the outdoor
parks, like here and Austintown Park. And
do you have time for a lot of rehearsals?
We rehearse every Thursday evening. So obviously tonight it's a performance, which is fine. We start, our year actually begins in September. So we start in September, get ready for our Christmas music.
Yes, and I mean, that is an annual event.
Yes.
At Stamp Auditorium.
Right.
And how much have you raised so far for Second Harvest?
It's in the mid 40,000s. Yeah, it's wonderful.
I mean, that is a great tradition that you have. It really is.
I can't take all the credit because it's with the Stambach Chorus. They're a chorus like we are a band. They're a volunteer chorus. Dr. Hae-Jong Lee, who teaches at YSU, he's their conductor. And so we do that in December. And then we take about a month off. We come back the end of January, start getting ready for our summer music, January.
That's
through now.
wonderful. And then where do you get your funding? You know, to help people, you know, you have your shirts and website and things like that.
We, the band as a group, not individually, of course, but the band as a group gets an amount from a venue.
Oh, okay,
Here
yeah.
in Austintown, we get a check and it goes into our fund. We have received grants
And
from the
donations.
city, donations, and I think, I hope I'm not leaving someone out, Monday Musical and those
Yes.
people have
That's really
Youngstown
nice.
Foundation. We
Yes.
do a thing around Christmas, well, Thanksgiving. We we sell Handel's ice cream cards.
Yes.
And they go like crazy. I mean,
Yeah, that's who doesn't want?
yeah,
Handel's
the
ice
best
cream
ice
cone.
cream in the country. It's
Exactly,
right here.
right here in the valley. So, what kind of selections will you be playing in your summer concerts?
This year we're doing our theme is actually titled Ohio Music and Musicians, Composers. Everything that we're going to play tonight was written by someone born in Ohio. We're doing marches by Henry Fillmore,
Okay.
Carl King. Claire Grunman is a gentleman that did great arrangements. He was born in Cleveland.
Okay.
A name that's familiar to everybody, Henry Mancini.
Now, I thought he was Pennsylvania, but he's Ohio.
His family moved when he was a very young child. They moved to, and I better do this for my hairdresser, he moved to West Aliquippa.
That's okay.
And
but he was born
He
here.
was born in Little Italy section of Cleveland.
Where can we just go to your website and it'll have your full list of
Yes.
performances?
It has everything. It has information if you want to join the band, if everything. It's very easy to remember, yaccb.org, because this is the Youngstown Area Community Concert Band. So there's our...
And you're a nonprofit, so you
Yes.
get the org.
Yes, and that's why all of our concerts are free, even like the Stambach concert.
Yes.
It's a donation of any amount, and every penny, not one penny is taken away for our expenses. Every penny goes to the Second Harvest.
We'll be right back with more local flavor.
Kamara Jewelers is the place to buy an engagement ring because we want a relationship with you that lasts a lifetime. Your commitment with her is the same commitment we have to you.
We want to sit down with you and teach you about diamonds, so you're educated on what you're buying. We have the largest selection we ever have, which is the largest in the area, and at the best value. And if it's not something in our case, we could always custom make it. We can make any dream come true.
Get real, get Kamara.
Woolley Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old Road Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Woolley Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available. Given is living. Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available at $13 an hour. Given is living.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
They fell in love with Benjamin Moore's Van Dusen Blue, but tried to match it using another brand's paint.
It'll grow on us, right?
Yeah.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Well, I've been experimenting for outside and inside grilling with a jerk marinade. Now, a lot of times the common component for a jerk is the Scotch bonnet peppers, but those are extremely hot. So I have adjusted mine with habaneros. And this is more of a wet rub rather than the dry rub that you're used to with a lot of the jerks. They just pile it on the chicken or the pork. So I've got a lot of ingredients here, all readily available. And I'm gonna make them with a pork chop today, but this is really good with bone-in chicken on the grill or a boneless breast or thigh. And you're gonna see that this works really nicely with pork. So let's go over the ingredients, and I'm going to make my jerk marinade. For this recipe, you'll need 5 green onions chopped, both white and green parts, 5 garlic cloves chopped, 3 habanero peppers deseeded and chopped, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of fresh thyme, 2 tablespoons of ground allspice, 1 teaspoon of fresh grated nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 cup of white vinegar, and 1/4 cup of low sodium soy sauce, 1/4 cup of fresh lime juice, 1/4 cup of fresh orange juice, 1/4 cup of canola, and the protein of your choice, pork chops or chicken. Well, there is a lot going on here, and there is a lot in here, but honestly, it is worth it. It really does make a delicious marinade, and the longer it marinates, the better. Of course, you can do it for a few hours, but we'll do this overnight. So just start dumping everything in. The onions, the habaneros, the garlic. I love the thyme. Finally, my garden is starting to produce some, so that is nice and fresh. And all of these spices. You'll see a lot of allspice in the jerk recipes, and the nutmeg, and the cinnamon. Ooh, smells so good. The brown sugar. Now, that's a lot going on. So now we'll add all our liquids. The vinegar, which will help break everything down. I didn't add any salt, if you notice, because there's soy and there's other spices that'll add so much flavor. And then the orange juice. And last but not least, the oil. And while I do that, we will just bring it all together and mix it all up. I mean, it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous mess. Now, I'm gonna use pork. I think pork is a really good receptacle for all of these spices. You know, chicken absorbs a lot, and so does pork. And I got, they're about a 1/2 inch. Boneless pork chops, reasonable at most stores. And then we'll just dump this right in. And then get the air out of it. And there we go, and just mix this puppy up. So now I'm going to put this in the refrigerator overnight. Try to do it for at least 4 or 5 hours if you don't have that much time. And I'm not gonna make you wait, of course, until tomorrow. So I've already got a batch in the fridge. I'll get those, we'll heat up the grill, and we'll get cooking. So here it is. my overnight marinated pork chops. I have my grill pan on medium high, alrighty? So I am just gonna pull this stuff right out of the marinade. And I don't care if some of that stuff's on it. Oh yes, listen to that sizzle. It'll just be a few minutes on each side and discard the extra marinade because it's done. I mean, did you see how beautiful these pork chops look? And let it rest about 5 or 10 minutes so all the juices are sealed inside. And the proof is in the taste. Oh, perfectly done. Oh, it's perfectly done. There's a little bit of heat, but you can really taste the allspice, the cinnamon. I mean, it really is a flavorful marinade, talking with my mouth full here. So go to my website, look for this recipe. This marinade is really good, chicken or pork, highly recommend it. Rosé all day, reasonably priced. The Prophecy, cannot go wrong with this dish. Cheers. CaseyMaloneShow.com, look for the jerk marinade and you'll make this all year long. Cheers.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
I am here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery with Rude the Dude. Summertime is here.
Yes, finally it's here. Right here we got a few of our handcrafted summer cocktails for you that you can enjoy on our beautiful patio that is now finally open. Every day, open to close. We also now have live entertainment every Friday from 8 to 11 on the patio. If it rains outside, we bring the bands inside.
That's right, they've got you covered. And don't forget, if you have an event coming up like a baby shower, bridal shower, or rehearsal dinner, the room is available. Call and book your date now. And I really love the food truck.
Yes.
They come to you.
Yes, we now have Magic Tree on the go, as you can see in our background. So take a look for us. We'll be around town, different locations, sharing some of our Magic Tree specials with you on the road.
That's right, Magic Tree Pub and Eatery has you covered.
Get ready for summertime adventures with a new car from Boardman Mitsubishi. Planning a road trip? You'll love the comfort and performance of the award-winning 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. Take a test drive and see for yourself. All new vehicles come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. For the hottest cars and exceptional service, look no further than Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown dealer since 1999.
Donate now. Gavacamp has a generous family that will match every dollar you donate. Help us build a barrier-free educational camp for our friends with special needs. Visit our website or call for more details. Giving is living.
Ruley Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Ruley Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Ruley Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
I'm all about local, and my bank is Farmers National Bank. Farmers is the true hometown bank in the Mahoning Valley, standing strong for our local families and businesses since 1887. Farmers is also future-focused with a lab branch, interactive teller machines, and best-in-class mobile mortgage app. We've all learned the value of local relationships, businesses, and communities. Switch to Farmers.
They fell in love with Benjamin Moore's Van Dusen Blue, but tried to match it using another brand's paint.
It'll grow on us, right?
Yeah.
Gaten Thompson is the owner, the proprietor here at Tebow's Caribbean Cuisine. And you and I have been around for a long time together, running in the same circles.
In the same circles,
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
And you've been in numerous restaurants between Cleveland and Youngstown and after you left Jamaica. But how does it feel to finally make, the food of your youth and have your own restaurant now?
It's a blessing. We don't, we use the term dream come true, but I realize if we dreaming, we're still sleeping.
And you opened up during COVID.
During COVID, it was one of the opportunity with my brother and my friend. When I called them up and I run the idea, let's do it. And they were like, not even a question about it because we all was home.
What is more fun? I mean, you have been in fine dining, you've been in all kind of different restaurants. Is this the food that you want to cook? I mean, is this what you're enjoying the most?
Yes, I am enjoying this the more because it's a little bit different when you work for different establishment, but now this is mine, so I have to make sure everything shines. It gotta shine because it's ours. If me and my brother don't make it work, then we won't eat.
And you got your son, you got your family working here. I mean, you do have a lot of support.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why you have to work because now they gotta eat too. so yeah, we'll do what it takes to make it work. And as far as the restaurant go to, we always wanted to, because working in the restaurant business, that's how we met each other at James Tavern in Cleveland. And we both have the background in the restaurants. Mm-hmm. And we always thought about doing one.
Yeah.
The funny thing, when we moved to Youngstown in 2000, I tried to get the Piatt Street Diner down before I tried to get that. So there's a lot of little things before that we always want to do, a restaurant.
Do you make your own jerk spice?
Yes. In the Highlands, everywhere, every home or even every restaurant you go to have their own spice.
So they have their own little mixture. What must be in a jerk to be an authentic jerk?
Hot pepper.
Hot pepper.
Hot pepper. Scotch bonnet.
Scotch bonnet must be in it.
Yes.
Talk to me about the cabbage. Where does that cabbage come from? That's a very Irish thing,
Well, they told me, Muggsy told me I'm part Irish. The Jamaican coleslaw is not pineapple. It's a little bit more like just cut up cabbage with the carrots. And then we just use a little bit of vinegar, salt and pepper, and a touch of sugar. That's in the Jamaican coleslaw. It's as simple as that. But this one is the pineapple coleslaw.
Yes, I love that. That's very
this
good.
is the regular coleslaw, and we put pineapple in it because we island.
And then your cucumber salad, is that native?
All the dishes all the salad make fresh every morning. Like even just now, I told him not to. I just make these. It's going into the evening, like the mango salsa and stuff.
Yes.
It's just made fresh. We make it every morning.
Fresh mangoes.
Fresh mangoes. No, not tomatoes. Red and green pepper, pineapple, ginger. The oxtail.
The oxtail, is this one of your most famous dishes?
Yeah, it sells just as much as the jerk chicken.
It is so succulent. It is so good. It is so. It just wraps you like a blanket. I love it. I love it.
My wife said it's like neck bone and steroids.
It's what?
Neck bone and steroids.
Yes.
So the oxtail is like, it's like bones, but it got so much, we call it like, so much love. It's like it's like so tender.
It is so tender. How long do you have to cook it to get it that tender?
Each batch is different. Some tails are tougher than others.
Yes.
So you just have to see the
low, and slow.
Yeah, low and slow. So I'm gonna say on the average, it take about 3.5 hours to cook.
Of all these dishes, which is your favorite?
The oxtail. My wife says it's harder to tack on a plate.
How did you wind up in Ohio from Jamaica? How was that journey?
The funny thing, there wasn't any mystery. You know, I know my aunt lived in Cleveland, and my mom moved to Cleveland from Sarasota, Florida. And when she decided to take us from Jamaica, we moved straight from Jamaica to the winter, to Cleveland. Welcome to Ohio. So, you know, and for the most part, you know what? We love it. I love it. I love it in Ohio. I love the Four Seasons. Life's great. Life is good. You know, I met my wife, and probably the best thing ever happened to me. You know, my mom, the first day my mom met her, my mom tell her to run.
She didn't listen to your mom.
And you know what? I'm very grateful that she didn't listen. You know, because she been the best thing that happened to me.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.